He becomes the character in real life as well. And this movie, he did it. He made the Joker seem like he could be a real person in our
society.
Exactly. He made it seem...
We live in a society.
Yes. And it was such a believable performance.
It was a great performance.
Phoenix has been good in everything he's been in. He was in Gladiator. He played the protagonist, and he was phenomenal in that.
Wasn't he in Signs as well?
Yes, and he was also in Walk the Line. He played Johnny Cash, and that was amazing because in one of the scenes in the movie, he starts out singing, and it doesn't sound like Johnny Cash, and then he ends the song sounding perfectly like him. And that's when I realized, man, this guy's one of the best actors we have right now. And
that being said, what'd you think of the movie?
10 out of 10. I loved it.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I know.
Let's deliberate. Okay. Deliberate?
Yeah.
Let's debate.
Let's debate.
There we go. You can make your points.
All right, I'll make my points. It was extremely well acted, well written, and you knew it was going to be a good movie because Phoenix, he signs on to movies that he honestly thinks will end up being good. He doesn't like superhero films, but he did this one because he read the script and liked it. So that's how I knew it was going to be good. And boy, man, it was amazing. The director did a phenomenal job with it. I loved it. And it's not really a movie that I would want to see again, mostly because it's so disturbing. I think that's why people have a problem with it. But I loved it.
You saw it twice, right?
I saw it twice. Because I saw it the first time on a date, and it wasn't really a good date movie at all.
No.
But I saw it. No, it wasn't enjoyable for her, so it was like, all right. So then I saw it again by myself, and I was like, I wanted to get like a better look at it, and I was like, yeah, well that worked for me because that's when the movie really clicked because I could break it apart piece by piece. The story flows, the direction is there, and the acting is just phenomenal.
Right.
All right, your points.
I mean, I agree. The acting was amazing, but that doesn't make a movie for me. You can have the best actors in the world, and your movie can still be trash. And you can have the worst actors in the world, and if the script is good, I'll like it. That being said, the movie, for me, the thing that really did it in, well, I'll put that on the back burner. I'll name a few things I didn't really like. I didn't like that they gave the Joker a name. And I know it's his origin, whatever, but if they had left his name ambiguous, like every time someone says his name, you know the thing in movies where how do you explain this? Like the audio is blurry, like it's muffled, and then they snap to reality and they hear everything clearly. I wish they would have done that every time someone called his name. That way it gets rid of the intrigue of the Joker, because the Joker is this unnamed, unknown character that terrorizes Gotham, and I think the movie kind of sort of took that away. Another thing I didn't really like was the tie-in with the Batman universe. It's really nitpicky, I know, but I think they should have made Joker its own separate entity instead of desperately trying to appease the Batman fans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my main complaint, it was just predictable. And, like, I immediately knew he was gonna kill his mom. Like, I left to pee, and I was like, Dad, let me know if he's gonna kill his mom. And then I turned and looked at the screen, and he was suffocating her. I was like, oh, I guess I'm right. Knew he was gonna shoot Murray. The only thing that really got me, I thought he was gonna kill the little dude. I knew exactly where the story was going. And at times it felt really slow. And I guess that works for a psychological sort of thriller like this. But, I mean, it was slow.
Yeah.
It was slow for a psychological movie, which is saying something.
Yeah.
That being said, I did like some things. I love the scenes where he's just dancing to the music in his head. And I love that the score that they kept using progressively got louder as it became more deranged. I love the violence. I think a lot of people are like, "Ooh, violence," but I think it works really well because of his character. Like,
yeah,
if you look in the early days, he's a murderer.
The Joker's not, and everyone knew going into this movie. There were warnings outside the theater that I went to, saying how violent this movie was going to be, and there were even warnings on the radio saying this is not a kids movie, and boy, not a kids movie, because the Joker's. Everyone's seen Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill's Joker. That will always be the Joker because He's funny. He's the character everyone wants him to be, and also insane and extremely violent. And that's what we love about the Joker. This movie made the Joker sympathetic. You felt bad for him, and that's not something you're supposed to do. You're supposed to love to hate the Joker, and that's what the comics and that's what the media ever so far up to this movie has done. And I think that's the main complaint about this movie is it's a different take on the character. And anytime there's a different take on a character, people are
always
going
gets
to
hate.
complain. Exactly.
I did enjoy that they made him sympathetic. I love when a character has a complex backstory, but that I don't feel like that works for the Joker.
No,
because
not the
he's this-
Joker.
He's
the
enigma.
villain. He's the biggest, not like just comic book villain, but villain. Because Heath Ledger's Joker, oh my gosh, that was a Joker right there. Because he was an anarchist, and he was just so phenomenally written in the movie.
Yeah.
Everything he did was just amazing. He has like this so much, like maybe $25 million, and he burns it. And then Alfred later says, some men don't want it for the money, some men just want to watch the world burn. And that
I think you mean some men just want to watch the world burn.
yes, Michael Caine had ass. Anyway, but yeah,
I don't-
that described the Joker.
I love what they did with Heath Ledger, and he did the several backstories, because that's still, even though it's giving him a backstory,
You still don't
you
know
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, you question. People
One of
think
them could be real. All three could be an
Exactly.
amalgamation.
Yeah.
Or none of them can be real. And I love that, because Joker is a mystery, and that's how he's always been.
Yeah, and
even when
the
they've tried to give him a name,
Right.
it's never stuck for a reason.
right, because the Killing Joke is
The closest canonical thing we have to an origin.
and even still, we didn't get a name.
Yeah, we didn't
We
get
didn't
a
get
face,
anything.
really.
We just had a picture of what made the Joker crazy because
I mean, we got a little bit of a face, but
because
whatever.
all it takes is one bad day.
Yeah.
And that did it for me for the Joker. That's my favorite origin of his is the Killing Joke because that's honestly what happened. It was just one bad day that drove him insane, and sometimes that's all it takes, and that's what the Joker will teach you. Is all it takes is one bad day.
You know what they say? We live in a society. Speaking of bad days, talk about your personal life. Wow, I'm the master of segues.
Wow, that was pretty sexy of you.
I know.
Well, I'm
Shut the fuck up.
in my junior year now. I get my license next week. That's a little
Very nice, very nice.
yeah scary. Yeah, stay the fuck off the road.
Here's the thing we all want to hear. Talk about her.
Yeah. Well,
For context, Josh got out of a very toxic, I would use, just a bad relationship recently.
yeah, well, the first month was so fun. It was amazing. I would literally go over to her house every day. I'd spend like the whole day there, and it would be fun. And all of a sudden, it just stopped, and it got weird. It got uncomfortable, and I think, I don't know, man. It was all fucked up, and I knew from the start because everyone warned me about her. They were like, "Yeah, dude, she goes from guy to guy, so don't get too attached." And I was like, "Yeah, well, too late for that."
Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it, because she wasn't clear about why she broke up with me. What she did, okay, so the Thursday before my homecoming dance, she wrote me this splurb about how, like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And then, like, I was asleep. I went to bed early because I was tired out of my goddamn fucking mind that day. And I was sleeping, and then, like, an hour later after she texted that little splurb, she's like, I was gonna prank you, but you were asleep. And I was like, well, how the fuck do you prank somebody like that? That's not how you, that's not a prank.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, so, and then she was weird all of Friday, and then I talked to her on Saturday, and I was like, this was the day of the dance, and I was like, hey, what's up, you're acting weird, like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, what I said wasn't a prank. And,
Mess up.
yeah, I know. And then she told me, and she looked me dead in the eye, and she said, I need you to understand that this isn't because of some other guy. And then 3 days later, she's holding hands with another guy. So I'm like, oh, well, that's exactly the reason you fucking broke up with me. So the way
Sounds like such high school drama, but
I know.
it's really fucked up.
It is fucked up. The way I see it, if she's able to move on from a 3-month, actually 4-month committed relationship in, 3 days, and it's not worth being upset about.
Right. I mean, and this is where it gets weird. Josh and I are cousins, if you didn't know, just a little context. And, I mean, the year before this, I had asked her out. We were talking for a while. And she said yes, and then some stuff happened, and that ended up not working. And we were fine, and then something happened, and then we weren't fine. And then Josh and her started talking. I was like, you might want to not do this. And then it all sort of just amalgamated into this, shithole, basically. But, yeah.
High school relationships, man. Like they say, you date to break up.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on with you?
I've also gotten out of a relationship. This one wasn't toxic. It was a nice one. I feel bad for them, and I still like her a lot, but I got out of it. Oh, that sounds bad. It's not like I needed to escape. I just lost sort of interest, I guess you could say. And that's the worst, because she's one of my best friends, which don't date your friends, because now it's weird, and it's gonna be weird. Everybody says don't date your friends, don't date your friends, unless they're hot. Yeah, we're still friends, kinda. It's a little awkward, but that's inevitable. We'll get back in the groove.
Yeah.
I'm in my sophomore year, but graduating early, so practically a junior.
SATs.
Shit, bro.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna be a fuckhole. Are you ready?
No.
I got a 1465 on my PSAT, and my parents are really proud of it. And I guess that's good, because the best you could get is a 1600, and they say a 1465 is really good.
I don't remember what I got. I think I got like a 1350 or something like that.
Well, it's an easy test. That's what people don't understand.
It's just a reading test, basically.
Well, it's a math test too, because they have two sections for math: one without a calculator and one with a calculator, because more complex equations.
Math is easy.
Math is it's always been easy for me and you. And my dad's an architect, and so I have to know math and everything that I've learned, because I took IM3 my freshman year. So when I took the PSAT for the first time, I was like, oh, this shit's easy, because I already fucking learned it. And then when I took the PSAT again, I'm like, well, this is the same fucking shit. And then after the PSAT, I had all the PSAT memes, and I understood because I got all the answers right. So I'm like, yeah, this is how I know I got all the answers right.
Yeah.
Because memes, dude, memes.
Memes are the future.
Memes are the future.
I got kind of screwed over because I didn't have a calculator in the calculator section.
Damn.
So I sort of just had to
Improvise.
Yeah. I guarantee you I got a shitload wrong there, but
Yeah, well, that's
they
fine.
didn't provide calculators, which I feel like is a necessity.
It is a necessity, because the section says with a fucking calculator.
They're like, bring your own calculators, but
I don't have a
forgot-
calculator.
yeah.
Fuck that shit. That the school's supposed to provide is the San Diego Unified School District.
provide a calculator.
Provide a calculator.
This is a formal complaint.
Exactly, yeah. But anyway, yeah. SAT, that was just the practice SAT. SAT for me is in spring. That's the real test. This is what colleges look at.
Mine's next year.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, right now my life is, it's all right.
Yeah. Could be better, could be worse.
Could be better, could be worse, and I'm doing all right. And I think you are too.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, I mean, me and you have been through some shit.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everyone's been through shit. And the way I see it, everyone has shit going on. Borderline is nobody cares. Keep your shit to yourself, and that's just the way it is.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, master of segues. Broom, broom. Upcoming games. Wow, that was awful. What do we want to talk about first? We have 3 games. You get to pick.
All right, let's talk about Breath of the Wild first, because I feel like that's what everyone wants to hear.
Second Breath of the Wild game coming out. It's supposed to be, based on the trailer, it's going to be dark.
Very, extremely, and everyone loves dark, if Joker told you that.
Yeah.
Now,
This is supposed to be more of a Majora's Mask type vibe.
yeah, because
will.
Majora's Mask is one of the best games ever made.
I think it's one of my favorite Zelda games. It's probably right after Ocarina for me.
Ocarina of Time is the best game ever made. That's what everyone says. If it's not the best,
It's one of them.
it's one of them. And it just the story, the characters, everything works so well. And I think that's what Breath of the Wild did right, because Breath of the Wild, what sold it was an open world Zelda game, and now Hyrule is
Most of them are open world, but this one's like
this one is
truly
like
open world.
Minecraft, like
Yeah.
Skyrim, like
Almost infinite.
exactly.
Well, to an extent.
Yeah, it's like a survival type thing.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It was so fun. And I never got bored of it. I poured like maybe 200 hours into that game, and I'm still only like 40% complete.
Oh yeah, I have actually I've only played like an hour maybe, and I don't actually own the game. Josh has the game. I played it a little bit, but from what I played, it's phenomenal. And if they're since they're making another one, I believe it's gonna be 10 times better.
Yeah.
They are using the same Hyrule, it looks like, which, duh, they spent a few years working on that one.
Exactly. They're not just gonna drop it.
Yeah, and yeah. So let's talk story. In the trailer, it shows a corpse, and it seems to be Ganondorf.
Yeah.
The Gerudo King.
Predictably, if you've played Twilight Princess, at the end of that game, you kill him, and there's a stab wound in the carcass. And it's in the exact same place that the Twilight Zelda game.
You stab him in a bunch of games, but there's only a few where you stab him in the heart. So this puts it in the time
exactly.
line
And there's a resemblance to the Ganondorf in that game.
Yeah,
the Wolf Link, everything.
The whole timeline of the Zelda games is all messed up, but this one has a strong correlation, I would say. Yeah, it's in development now. It's set to release January 2021, which is a long way away, but
patiently waiting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's taking this long and they're using the same sort of character models and the thing, they're it's gonna be great.
You're gonna kill it.
I can't wait. But I still need to beat the first game.
Yeah,
I need to buy the first game.
You need to get the first game.
I might.
Yeah, birthday present, Christmas present.
Whatever. Yeah. Sort of the next game we're gonna talk about Hollow Knight 2. It's called
Silk Song.
Silk Song.
Now,
we're playing as Hornet.
Yes, and if you remember Hornet from the first game, she's kind of a badass.
Yeah.
More elegant than our Hollow Knight.
Yeah, very fluid movement as opposed to our sort of clunky Hollow Knight.
Yeah, and Hollow Knight, the first game, was essentially just Lord of the Rings with bugs. And it worked.
It rocked.
It was so fun. I never got bored of that game, and it was always what I talked about with my friends. I'm like, if you haven't played it yet, definitely do that because it's remarkable. It's beautifully crafted.
And there's so many ways to play with all the... Is it badges they're called?
Yeah.
Or you can just...
Gems, tokens, I don't know what the fuck they're called, but you can use them and do things with them, like cool shit.
It's really nice.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's different. And everyone loves different. And I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah. This new game, though, we saw the trailer. The models and the setting, it looks a lot more crisp. It looks more defined. They know what they're doing now.
Exactly.
More polished.
Because they saw the first game for Team Cherry was just a test, and they aced the test. And from here, they're working from what they made in the first game.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a DLC.
Yeah,
but now it's a full
game because of the success of the first one, and how much hype it is for this game is insane.
This one is not set in Hollow Nest. That we should mention. There's new monsters. You get to fight other knights and
you get to fight
kings.
this giant, huge fucking robot-looking ant thing.
He loves the robot.
It's fucking cool looking. I don't know what it is, but I want to beat the shit out of it.
There is 150 plus new enemies, which is insane.
It's insane, especially since how many fucking enemies were in the
original.
Exactly. And one of the bosses in the first game was a fucking dung beetle that threw shit at you. And that was such a fun boss fight. And if there's 150 plus enemies in this game,
that'll be crazy.
It'll be crazy, honestly.
And they're also implementing a new questing system, like a quest board, and there's 4 new types of quests. There's gather quests, where you gather things and give them to people, I suppose. Hunts, where I think you just hunt a certain amount of monsters or whatever. There's something called the Grand Hunt, which is probably like
you hunt the big motherfuckers.
Yeah, you hunt the big boys. And then there's Wayfarer. It's not, we don't know much about it, but it seems to be more of an escort quest type thing.
Yeah, you escort the NPCs around.
And speaking of NPCs, there's just a ton of
There's a shit ton of NPCs.
And some of them actually play music, and Hornet's sort of weapon. It's a needle.
It's a needle, I think. Yeah.
And it looks like you can play music on that. And music, it is called Silk Song. It seems to be a big part of the game now. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if they're gonna implement the whole Dreamer thing.
Nah, I don't know, but it sure does look like a cool game. Probably a hit.
Definitely.
I can't wait to play it.
I'm definitely gonna buy it. Release date, maybe pre-order. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to play it.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I can get everything set up, I'll play it on the channel for sure. And now to the game I'm most hyped about. There's rumors I'm not 100% sure if it's confirmed or not. I don't know if it's confirmed. It's the new Arkham game, and it's made by WB Montreal, and there's a shitload of stuff on Twitter, like cryptic symbols and all that, and tweets from the creative director Patrick Redding. In lieu of all the sort of symbols and all that, he tweeted, "May 2019 bring you everything you wish." Um, this is sort of it could be related, it could not be, but it seems like he's like, um, let 2019 bring you a new Arkham game, because everybody's wanted one since 2016 or 17, whenever Knight came out. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The Court of Owls is said to potentially be one of the villains, if not the main villain. It's been rumored for a few weeks now that the Court of Owls is coming. Another rumor, like none of this is confirmed except for the fact that there's a game, I think. But it's gonna have a playable Bat family, so you could be Batwoman. I think if they implement her, she might just still be Oracle. Jason Todd, Nightwing, Damian Wayne potentially. It's interesting because we don't really know in the timeline where this is, because spoiler for Arkham Knight, at the end of it, he is like Batman's identity is revealed to the world, and in the secret ending, he does something with Scarecrow, Toxin, and stuff. I never got the secret ending. I'm still working on it. But it's a strange bit of the timeline. So I don't think we're going to be playing as Batman. I think we're going to be playing as the Bat family.
Yeah, exactly.
Or this would have to take place before City, because City, Joker dies. Oh, spoiler. And then Knight opens up with Joker's death. So those two are back to back, I'd say. And Joker is sick in City because of what happened in Asylum. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the timeline of this would be.
Well, it's a Batman game. It's a DC game, and like you said, it focuses on the Bat family, which means more characters. So this should be interesting.
It should be really interesting. I'm so hyped. I'm really hoping it comes out 2019. I cannot wait to play it. That I'll not be playing on the channel because I can't record my PS4, and I'm not gonna buy it on the computer because it'll be more fun on the PS4.
Yeah, definitely.
That's that.
That's a game you have to play on the PS4 for sure.
Yeah. So these games, all three, hyped as fuck. I literally cannot wait. I'm very excited. And our final thing is our year recap. I'll go first. What happened in January? I'll go from what I remember. September, that was my birthday. Wow, I skipped a lot. I mean, what happened this year? I just remember my birthday and then Halloween, which was like 2 days ago. I don't remember a lot. My memory's really bad.
Yeah.
Halloween was fun. Let's talk about Halloween instead of the year recap.
Okay.
Because
Halloween.
I don't remember the.
Let's
Do you remember the year?
No, not really. Not much to
We're
remember
fucking
about
stupid.
it, except the toxic relationship I was in. I got my driver's permit, and the 10th grade ended for me.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it, dude. That was pretty much it. The summer flew by. Pretty much this year flew by, so I don't really fucking remember.
For real.
much.
High school's gone by.
Yeah,
real fast.
I know.
We're already
We're
several
almost done
months
with it,
in.
exactly, yeah.
And that's insane. But
So
recap your
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Okay, so I went to a party. My costume this year was Santa Claus,
Yeah.
and that was that was a hit. I was a fat Santa. And then I went to a Halloween party after, and I shotgunned 3 beers, and I threw up, and shotgunned 3 more. And yeah, it was crazy. I'm pretty sure everyone did that during Halloween, but Halloween is a year that everyone gets really, fucked up. That's that time of year. But yeah, that was Halloween. I mean, a lot of people went trick-or-treating. I mean, I didn't do that this year. I guess it was probably one of the best Halloweens for me. I had a lot of fun with my friends.
Yeah.
And that's that. How about your Halloween?
I mean, it was kind of bad, honestly. I mean, so we went to school. I dressed up as me from last week. A clever way of saying I didn't dress up at all because I'm stupid. Basically, what happened was school flew by, whatever. Talked to a few people about what they were going to do because I'm trying to be trying to make people feel important now. That's sort of my resolution. Make people feel, oh, this dude is asking me what's up. That's cool. I feel cool. Yeah, we got out of, I went to my friend's house. We chilled there for a few hours, well, 2 hours, something like that. We went to my other friend's house, and she had this sort of maze for Halloween that was filled with spooky stuff. I ended up working there with my friend Sarah. That's in my Halloween vlog. She's dressed as Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction. Uh, we scared a few kids, make them cry. That was hilarious. Fuck them kids. Then my dad was somewhere, and I was like, guys, we should get to my house fast because I don't want to just have you guys leave immediately. And I was rushing him, and everyone was like being slow. And by the time we got there, we had like 2.5 hours left until my dad would get there. I'm like, whatever. They were allowed over, don't get me wrong, but I just rushed them, and they all complained, and I was like, whatever. I made them pizza, whatever. Let's see. My friend Savannah was dressed as SWAT. Claire was dressed as police woman, I guess. Sarah was Mia Wallace, of course. Fredo was Sully, and Emma, his girlfriend, was Boo from what's it called, Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc. And it's the anniversary today of Monsters Inc.
Is it?
Came out November 2nd, 2004.
That's weird that you know that.
Yeah, I know. I saw the birthday post on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, bet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I had to open presents. Well, not me, but it's my stepsister's birthday on Halloween. She opened presents. It was sort of, it went by fast, and it wasn't the good fast.
Yeah, I know.
But
everything was rushed this year.
Yeah.
But it wasn't our fault, really. That's just how life is.
Live fast. Yeah, that's essentially my Halloween. What do you remember from this year?
I remember fighting somebody at school because they made fun of my little brother. Beat the shit out of him, and then had to go to the office. That was fun.
Let's hear that story.
Well, yeah, he was like, your brother's fucking retarded. And I was like, hey, shut the fuck up about my brother. And then they wouldn't stop, so I gave him a warning. I said, the next time you say something about him, I'm gonna hit you. And then he said it again, so I walked up and I punched him straight in the face, and he punched me back, and then punched him again, and they sent me to the office, so.
Wow. I almost got in a fight.
Almost with
Someone. No. I don't even remember her name. It was one of my stepsister's friends. And I was like, Dad, do you bless this fight? And he goes, uh-huh. I'm like, okay. We squared up. It was funny.
Ah, nice.
That's
a random thing to remember this year.
Well, it was like 2 weeks ago.
Ah, fair enough.
Summer flew by, made a lot of content, made some quality content. I think this is the most active on my channel I've been. It was 2019, and then I took a hiatus for a few months because I just I had nothing to record. It's just boring me, or I'm just a boring sort of thing. I mean, yeah. Let's delve into YouTube channels, hours.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I didn't post for a few. And I posted. It's been 2 days, not doing that well. It's fine. I titled it something kind of clickbaity. It was called Spooky Season, but I uploaded it at like at 11:30 on Halloween, so I don't think people are gonna be searching Spooky Season. Yeah, a lot more content's coming. I have a few safe Snapchats coming out. I'm trying to do some stuff for what's it called? Trying to get some more gaming up there, but again, my PC's sort of bunk. What about you? You haven't posted in like 5 months.
Oh, no, I've been busy.
With?
Relationships and homework and shit. And to be honest with you, editing is kind of not like fun for me, I guess you could say. it's kind of a pain in the ass, and I didn't want to do it, so I just didn't post anything for a while. So.
Yeah, but you have some new content on the way, right?
I do have some new content on the way.
2 or 3 videos, something like that?
Two.
Two?
At least, I think, yeah. Because there's one that we made previously that I didn't post.
We made that one a while back.
Yeah, we found a fucking Deku tree.
Yeah, tree with a face. Look out for that. He's gonna send me the footage. I'm gonna edit it for him. He's gonna pay me $400.
Yeah. What?
But yeah, I'll leave his channel in the description. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it.
I think we're good. All right. Another podcast is coming soon. I think we're probably gonna do one immediately after this. Maybe, I don't know.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see ya.